Mr. Chicken is here with us. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of welcome to the Really? Welcome to the first episode of Phone Reviews. I hope this series goes for a while, and I do plan on it too. And for this very first one, I just realized my light isn't on. Oh god. We got the first ever phone that I personally used. I liked this phone a lot. Also, ignore all my phones over here. That's just my collection sitting there, you know. Also ignore the shoe there. That's keeping this door open. Anyways, let's pick up Mr. Chicken. Let's set him next to this little guy over here. Anyways, we're reviewing the first ever phone that I was given to by... No. What am I trying to say? We're reviewing one of the first phones that I actually remember ever really using. Let me try this again. For today's episode... Nope. For the first episode of Phone Reviews, we're going to be looking at one of the first phones I actually remember really using. And I used this phone for about 2 years, I think, almost. This is the first generation iPhone SE. Alright, the iPhone SE. First generation. So this came out in 2016. Also, sorry if this is extremely bright. I'm just trying to get some good lighting here. This is the 2016 iPhone SE first generation. So I'm going to go ahead and go through all the different things about it and kind of tell you how they are. It's like my weather radio analysis series I did, or radio reviews from a creator I will not name because he did some really bad stuff. But it's going to be pretty much like that, but with phones. So the first thing we're going to look at is the design of the iPhone SE first generation. Now, personally, I love it. It's so bright. I like the design personally. I might have to take it over here. With how, I like this white version at least. How, you know, it's all white. It's like a really smooth contrast, and I don't know, I really like this design. You got the camera up there next to the flash, your power button up here, which actually works really well considering it is a small phone, so you can just easily tap it up there. You got your home button down there. Does it have a screen protector on it? No, I don't think it does. I don't know. And then on the side you got your silent mode switch. You got your volume up and volume down buttons. You got a headphone jack. Yes, you have a headphone jack. They don't make those anymore. And then lightning with your speakers right there. On this side you have your SIM card right there, and then the power button up top. Up here you have the camera and the call speaker and the camera. Did I say camera? Camera, call speaker, microphone. That's what's up there. Then you have your screen. Personally, I love the design of this, actually. I almost like it more than my current phone. But, yeah. Which, let me get my current phone just to show you what I'm trying to reference. This is my current phone. It's an iPhone 14. I almost like it more. This still is a really good design, I have to say. And this is also in a case, so it's kind of hard to see. But I almost like this a little bit more. But that might also just... Why is that in the camera app? I might also like this more just because of like nostalgia, because I use this phone a lot. So next we're going to move on to the display of this, and for that we're going to turn this phone on. Powering up the iPhone SE. There it is. So the display it's alright. I'm not entirely sure what the quality actually is. I'll probably put that on screen if I remember, but I don't hate the display. It gets decently bright. I don't have really many complaints. It's just a small screen. That's the only thing I have to say. It is a small screen. So here it is at its brightest, which isn't too bad. I'll have to give it fair props. It's actually a pretty decent display here. Display and brightness. Here's what dark mode looks like. Oh, brightness isn't all the way up. There you go. Now it is. Okay, so there it is all the way up. Slight difference. So now we're going to move on to the software of the iPhone SE first generation. Now, by default, the apps that are on here, they work, you know. They work relatively fine as is. But the problem with this... Oh, that's a picture. The problem with this is this phone is outdated. So modern software will not work. So that's going to be your software problem right there, is modern apps are going to struggle to work on this. I'm sure they probably will, because I used this phone actually kind of recently. Well, recently, like 2 years ago. But apps were still working on it just fine. I don't know how much longer that will be the case, though. So that's going to be a problem with this phone, is the software. But, like, everything on here does work. I don't have this connected to my Wi-Fi, so it won't come up with anything. But I mean, it does work. Like, you can go into the apps and it works fine. You know, but it's just, it might not be great to download new apps just because, you know, this phone is so outdated. It's 9 years old now, I think. Yeah. Anyways, now we're going to move on to the camera. Now, personally, I myself don't hate the camera, but at the same time, I had to use this phone for a while, so I got used to it. But now, like, looking back at it, this camera is not great. I mean, let's take a photo, for instance, of like of my phone collection, and pull that up. Like, look, you can see it there. Like, it's pretty grainy. So that's my complaint. And then video. What's the quality of video you can do on here? Because I don't know what you can actually do. Okay. You can do 1080p 60 and 4K 30. Let's try a 1080p 60 video. What if I flip it the other way so you can see? Yeah, here we go. This is what 1080p 60 video looks like on the iPhone SE first generation. It's alright. It could definitely be better, but it's actually not that bad. I'm a little bit surprised. And with this, we can also now test the speaker. Go ahead and turn the volume up. SE first generation. This is what 1080p 60 video looks like on the iPhone SE first generation. This is what 1080p 60 video looks like on the iPhone SE first generation. It's not terrible, but it's not great, I gotta say. This is what 1080p 60 video looks like on the iPhone SE first generation. Oh, what I just realized too, I don't think there actually is a speaker up at the top.
This is what 1080p 60 video looks like on the iPhone SE first generation.
Yeah, that is not a speaker up there, I just realized.
This is what 1080p 60 video looks like on the iPhone SE first generation.
Wait, is there a screen protector on here? There actually might be. I don't know. I just keep seeing stuff and it's like, is that a screen protector? Is that a screen protector? So, yeah, the speaker is alright, I would say. It's not amazing, but it's alright.
P60 video looks like on the iPhone SE first generation.
It could definitely be better, that's for sure. Okay. So next thing we're gonna move on to, oh, don't slide away. The next thing we're gonna move on to is the performance of this phone. Now, this one is going to be hard to demonstrate here. However, from past experience with using this phone, the performance is okay. It's not amazing, given the low specs of this phone on screen right now. But yeah, overall, it performs okay. If you're not doing anything too crazy, then it will be fine. But if you're like playing a game or something, it is going to struggle, and struggle pretty bad. Like, I guess it doesn't perform too bad right now, just trying to like do stuff, but if you are like doing something like more advanced, then you will see a struggle here. I'm just trying to like open different apps and just see what it does. I mean, it's not doing too bad, I'm gonna say, but with past experience, it does struggle if you are doing things that require a lot of power. So, the next thing we're gonna move on to, and this is where it gets a little bit rough. We're gonna move on to, if I can pull it up, the battery of the iPhone SE first generation. Yeah, this is where we hit a real problem. There was a lawsuit, I believe, with Apple that some iPhones would slow down their batteries or like do something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was, but like they had like really terrible batteries and they ended up getting a lawsuit for it. This was one of the phones involved in that. And I can tell you, this battery is god awful. You would have to charge this thing 2 or even 3 times in a day at full charge just to get it through a day. It's that bad. Like, I've barely even used it lately. Like, for some reason, it went down right there, and I don't even remember having it on, but, you know, whatever. But this battery is not great, as you can see. To be fair, this is with 83% health, but at 100%, it wouldn't be much better, honestly. Just because overall this battery is pretty bad. There's not a good battery in this phone. Yeah. So, the last thing we're going to move on to before my final thoughts is the storage on this phone. Now, this is only going to apply to this specific model, or this specific phone I have right here, and not the rest, although I will give you an insight on the rest of them. Ooh, just noticed I cut myself. You see that? Ah. Okay, so the storage on the iPhone SE. I believe you could go up to 128 gigabytes or something. I don't remember exactly how high you could go, but this specific one has 32 gigabytes. I believe you could also get 16. Now that is criminal. 16 or even 32 is really bad, especially on an iPhone when 10 gigabytes are already taken out just by the system. So it's like at that point, you only have, what is that, 22 gigabytes left, basically, Yeah, that's the main problem I had with this phone when I was using it, was the storage. And that is going to be the problem with this phone if you get one with a low storage capacity. So if you can, I would get the highest one possible. If you ever were to get this phone for whatever reason, if you're collecting it, whatever, get the highest storage, please, because 32 gigabytes or 16, whatever, is terrible. So we're gonna move on to my final thoughts of the iPhone SE first generation. Overall, the iPhone SE first generation is a pretty alright model of iPhone, released in, I believe, 2016. It was the first generation of 3 models of the SE. I'm actually recording with the second generation SE right now, fun fact. Yeah, this is the first gen. This one's the second gen. And I want to get a third gen at some point too. But after the third gen, they moved on to the iPhone 16e for whatever reason. And that's what they're selling now as like the closest thing to the iPhone SE. But the first generation one is alright. There are a couple bad things about it, such as the storage and battery and that kind of thing. But there are good things too. Like, I love this design. And if you like smaller phones, this is a great phone, actually. Because this phone is, like, it is very small. Like, there's my phone as a comparison. Or, if you want an even better comparison, let me get out a pencil. This is both of them compared to a pencil. Let me line them up. There you go. There they are compared to a pencil, just so you can see the size difference between all of them. It's a mini phone, so if you like small phones, this is a good phone to get. Although software is also another problem with this phone. It's outdated. Modern apps will struggle to work on it, probably. It was fine for me a couple of years ago, but it could be different now. This does, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but it does run iOS 15, I believe. I actually forgot to mention that. I was supposed to mention it, but I forgot to. Yeah, iOS 15.7.8. So, yeah, it doesn't get any more updates as expected. iOS 15 was the last it got. But, yeah, that's going to do it for this first episode of phone reviews. I almost wanted to say radio reviews. I'm not a certain person that I won't name. So, that's going to do it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next episode. If I won't be able to find the phone in here, but I will give you a hint. It is a Samsung, which is all this. The next phone is a Samsung. That's all I'm going to tell you. But until then, see ya.